It's hot take time. As you guys can see, I'm here with
Bengal,
Healy,
and we're going to be answering your guys' hottest takes that you tweeted to me on Twitter at GiraffeNeckMarc. I'm here with Bengal and Healy. Check out their channels, link in the description. We're going through it quickly. Quick intro. Let's go ahead and start talking about some MLB hot takes. All right, let's start off with a fun one because, of course, Bengal over here is a Yankee fan. This one comes from Bay Area sports fan. Aaron Judge will sign with the Giants. And, of course, I believe we're talking about the San Francisco Giants, not your New York football Giants.
but he is big enough to play for that team.
Yep. I'm gonna buy this one because it's fun. Let's ruffle some feathers. I don't know if Aaron Judge re-signs with the Yankees. He's gonna get an absolute ton of money, especially because he's playing like one of the best players, if not the best player in baseball right now. So I think the Giants could open up the checkbook and give it to Aaron Judge.
I think the Yankees.
You can hold it.
Okay. I think the Yankees have been more hesitant to pay players lately in free agency. Aaron Judge technically will be a free agent. He's 30 years old already, having an unbelievable season, great player, but it's going to be a lot to sign him for more than 7 years like I think he's asking for. Buy.
I'm going to sell. I don't think he'll sign with the Giants, but I also don't think he will sign with the Yankees.
Logan at Gamer71904. Ty France is the most underrated player in all of baseball right now. I'm going to sell this one. I think he's very underrated, one of the most underrated, but I still feel like it might be Jose Ramirez. I just feel like people don't really appreciate how good he is. He's one of the 10, maybe 5 best players in all of baseball, and he's been doing it, feels like, for the last 5 years, and yet he still doesn't get the proper respect. I think it might be him. There might be a couple other guys, but I don't think Ty France is the number one.
I'll play the contrarian. I'll buy this one. I feel like plays it out in Seattle. Nobody really cares about the Mariners outside of their fan base, let's be honest. Ty France doesn't hit for crazy power, but just is an overall really solid hitter. Doesn't get a lot of buzz, but I could buy him being the most underrated player. Nobody talks about him.
I'm going to buy it as well due to the West Coast, Seattle. But also with All-Star voting, you don't really see a lot of people talking about him being in their ballots.
Eyes on Houston, Alex at Eyes on Houston. Yordan Alvarez would be the MVP frontrunner if he wasn't a straight edge DH. I could kind of... Nah, I'm selling this one because Aaron Judge still exists. I had to think about that and Mike Trout, but I will say this. Yordan Alvarez would win an MVP at some point in his career if he wasn't a DH, but the fact that he brings no value on the defensive side, I mean, have we really ever even seen a DH win the MVP outright? I don't think so. So to me, I'm going to have to sell this, but he's good enough at the plate, obviously. One of the best hitters in all of baseball.
You absolutely have to sell this because Aaron Judge exists. He has all better hitting than Yordan Alvarez, who's a great player, but he doesn't do anything better than the best guy right now. So it just doesn't make any sense. So sell.
I'm going to sell it as well. Even if he did play defense, it wouldn't be great. And it would kind of be like Vlad last season where he puts up amazing hitting numbers, but guys edge him in other aspects.
Delusional Cards fan at Grant the GOAT. The Cardinals have the best infield in the NL, both offensively and defensively. So, I mean, we're talking what? Goldschmidt at first, second base is Tommy Edman, shortstop Edmundo Sosa, and third base Nolan Arenado along with Yachty behind the plate. I think defensively, you can definitely make that statement. Offensively, I guess they're all playing really well this year. Goldschmidt's really good. He's having an MVP year. Edman's been phenomenal. Nolan Arenado's still a beast. I'm gonna buy this one. I'll buy this one. I do think they probably have the best infield in baseball. I also completely forgot that Nolan Gorman now plays second base. Shout out to Bengal for reminding me. Yeah, they have the best. I think they have the best infield in the National League. I actually think this is a pretty easy buy right now. They're really good and they have depth. The Cardinals are a solid team, better than I thought they would be this year.
Yeah, certainly, especially with the guys trending upwards as well. Tommy Edman's having a career year. Nolan Gorman looks like an absolute superstar in the making, and especially putting him at second base, it's just not fair because he's such a big dude with such great power. He's really, really fun. Definitely defensively with Arenado, Goldschmidt, Edman. And then offensively, not only do you have established guys like Goldschmidt and Arenado, the potential that you're seeing from the younger guys like Edman and Gorman is insane. Brendan Donovan, pretty good too.
I'm going to buy this as well. For a quick second, I was thinking maybe the Mets based off Alonso and whoever you want to put at like second base. I know McNeil's played there and other positions with Lindor. And I guess you could throw Guillorme at third base, but Paul Goldschmidt, really good this year. And you know what you're getting with Arenado, and the two in the middle just make it an easy choice.
Dominic at Dom_28. Once Mets get DeGrom and Scherzer back, they become the most dominant team in the National League. You know where I'm going with this one. I got to stick true to the brand. I'm buying this one. I really do think that the Mets getting these two guys, two of the 5 best pitchers in baseball, you're getting the best pitcher in baseball back, and a guy who has been dominant the last 10 years, looked really good last year, looked really good this year. I think if those guys come back healthy, stay strong, the Mets will be the best team in the National League, and I stand by that.
I mean, part of why you have to buy this is they already are. Like, they're the best team in the NL right now, record-wise, and they don't have 2 of their best players. Probably their 2 best players. So it's an absolute buy all the way.
I'm going to sell this because the Dodgers still exist. They just have such a stacked lineup still, and their pitching still performing well. I don't know. You can't really say most dominant NL team. I think the Dodgers still edge them out.
Oscar Kachansky at Kachansky Oscar. Rafael Devers is a top 3 third baseman in the league. I'm going to buy this one. I know defensively he's absolutely... Oh, no, I have to sell. I lied. I sell because I thought about the other 3 guys. Jose Ramirez, Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado right there are just simply better. Offensively, comparable. Defensively, also better. Yeah, no, I have to sell this one as much as I actually thought this was close. But Rafael Devers, hitting-wise, just pure hitting-wise, probably is a top 3 third baseman.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and sell this one as well. Very close. Maybe if you didn't play on the Red Sox, I'd buy it. But, of course, you see Mets bias all the time on the channel. I got to show off some Yankee bias. Very, very good hitter. I think he's making the push to be better than Arenado, who's cooled off a little bit. But more complete of a player is Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, I'm going to sell as well. Pretty much all the same points as the other guy.
To be fair, when I looked at that, I thought it was going to be closer than it actually is, and then you forget that there's 3 superstar third basemen right now, and Rafael Devers is basically the 4th. All right, we got fellow YouTuber, and that's baseball. Check him out. Jacob coming in with a good question. Matt Carpenter is in the Yankees postseason lineup. We know he's been scalding hot. He's playing crazy. I'm selling this one. I think that there's a chance that Matt Carpenter doesn't even end the year with the Yankees on their roster, so I'm going to sell. I can't imagine he continues to play this well when we've seen him be so bad for the last, 4 or 5 years, it feels like. I think this is going to be a sell for me. I don't think he makes it.
I tweeted out not too long ago, I said Matt Carpenter just has Yankees playoff hero vibes. And it's kind of the under-the-radar guy. Raul Ibanez, most recently, the under-the-radar guy that really crushed it for the Yankees in the postseason. That was way too long ago. Yeah, Matt Carpenter's swinging a hot bat, but it's more than that. He's got career highs in launch angle and exit velocity, and they're right where you'd want them to be. He's pulling the ball in the air at the highest rate of his career. That's what you want to do at Yankee Stadium. For that reason alone, and the fact that he's been so good as a pinch hitter, I think he has value to the team. It's just about making it to the postseason for him on the Yankee squad. It's close, but I will buy it.
I'm going to sell this one. I think he could be on the roster, but due to the trade deadline coming up, they're going to pick up, I would assume, another position player. All of his hits, for the most part, are home runs. That's just not going to last in the long run. And his one single was a bunt against the shift. So he has one legit double that stayed in the park. I don't see that lasting for the whole year, especially with his recent history.
Just Fact Sports at the SAF Crew. Twins win AL Central and lose in the ALCS. So I'll buy that they win the AL Central because I think they are the best team in that division. The White Sox look terrible. The Guardians are their closest competition, and I still just don't trust that team because at some point, you can't just really have Jose Ramirez carry you the whole way. That being said, I don't think that they make it as far as the ALCS, so I'm going to sell that. I don't think the Twins are there just yet. The pitching, especially when you look at the American League, you've got the Yankees, you've got the Blue Jays, you've got the Astros. I feel like those 3 teams are the 3 best in the American League, and I just don't see a way where the Twins beat either of them in a playoff series. So for those reasons, I'm going to have to sell because I think they lose earlier.
Yeah, Twins are great, but you need a lot of guys to stay healthy as well. I think a lot of your success hinges on Byron Buxton. Their record is significantly better with him in the lineup as opposed to being out of it. And their playoff history, not even just recently, but over the past 2 decades, is very, very bad. Gotta sell it.
I'm going to sell as well. I think they will make the playoffs in some capacity, but yeah, I don't see them being any of the powerhouses to make it as far as the ALCS.
More Yankees action on the channel. Marinaccio season. Shout out Ronnie Baseball. Lauren at V2_water says, Clay Holmes is the best closer in baseball. Absolute Yankees bias. Going to buy this, but when you check out the numbers, he's basically unhittable. Throws at absolute power sinker at 100 miles per hour plus sometimes. He's just unhittable right now. The only times guys really get on, it's weak contact. Doesn't really walk anybody anymore. He is the best closer in baseball right now. He's not really this long-time established guy, so it's a little bit weird, but he's pitching better than anybody. Was awesome last year, absolute buy.
I'm going to sell that because Josh Hader still exists, and he is having a phenomenal season once again.
Yeah, see, I'm also going to sell, but I think you knew that kind of coming in. I don't even know if Clay Holmes is the best closer in the state of New York, because Edwin Diaz exists, and that guy has been lights out. He's been cash money. He's the best closer in the state of New York, so Clay Holmes can't even be the best closer in baseball. But I will say this. Huge props to Brian Cashman. He took this guy from the Pirates and has made him into one of the best closers in baseball, without a doubt. Top 5 probably right now. He's absolutely disgusting, but Edwin Diaz and Josh Hader exist, so I will sell. But he's very close. I will say that.
This next one's from Uno Time. Don't really know how to pronounce the at. The Reds actually come back to third place in the NL Central, going over 500 after the historically awful start. At first, I was going to buy it because the Cubs are really bad. Then you have the Pirates, who I think will fizzle out after a little bit. They're only a couple games ahead of the Reds at the moment. I think they'll finish third place, but I'm going to have to sell on over 500. I don't see that being a possibility. They're like 23-40 at the moment. That's too far for the team caliber that they are.
Yeah, this one's really tough because I do think the Cubs and Pirates, honestly, right now on paper, probably are better than the Reds. Reds have Hunter Green. Hunter Green's really fun, and they still have like Mike Moustakas technically and a couple capable hitters, but that just feels like everything has to go right for the Reds to finish in third, and especially, there's no chance they go over 500. I mean, they're still what are they, still 10 games under 500 right now? That's going to take an unbelievable second half, and you know they're only going to get worse. They're going to trade off anybody who's anyone that people want to acquire onto their team. I think they're not going to finish in third, or definitely not above 500. So yeah, double sell.
Hate to sell this as well, but I'm going to have to. It's just, they are still not even 500 after going on a great stretch. I think it's like 17-20 after their 3-21 start. So much would have to go right, and they're only going to get worse. They're going to trade their best guys at the trade deadline, who are older. You know, obviously, Hunter Green not going anywhere. It's impossible. There's no way they go over 500. It's just they've made their bed already, so to speak, and now they're going to sleep in it.
Nikki at Nikki Singer 777. Angels still make the playoffs. Well, currently, I don't think they are even in the playoff picture right now. Just that historically bad losing streak. They have fallen to 29-35. They are 5.5 games out of the wild card. Yes, they're probably going to make trades. Yes, they're going to attempt to get better, but will that make any difference? No, you still need Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani to play the entire season fully healthy to maybe even possibly still be 5.5 games out of the wild card. This team is not good. I tried telling you this earlier in the year. They're a bad baseball team. Joe Madden was a problem. Now that he's out, they should be playing better. But even since then, their last 10, they're still 2-8. They're a bad team. Extremely top-heavy with nothing else here. So Angels fans, I know you hate me because I've been telling you this since the start of the season, but the team's not very good, and you're not making the playoffs. Sell.
Yeah, Anthony Rendon just got hurt as well. You're relying on so many guys to stay healthy and still produce. The lineup just doesn't have enough, and their pitching is historically bad, as it always seems to be. Again, they're another team that just needs everything to go right, and it hasn't for the Angels. So I don't know how many pitchers you're going to have to acquire at the deadline, but it won't be enough.
And I'm going to sell as well. They really need an angel in the outfield to help them out if they want to make the playoffs this season.
That cheesy pun is a perfect way to end Buy or Sell with Bengal, with Healy. I'll leave all their social media, YouTube channels, everything down in the description below. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow them. Lifelong friends here. Well, not lifelong, but like for the last 7 years, but they will be lifelong friends, and you'll see them on the channel as we keep going on. Thank you guys for coming out to New York and doing this with me. That's it for this video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on it, subscribe, comment in the comment section, because the next Buy or Sell will be from the YouTube comments, so get down there and drop your hot takes. You know the drill from here on out, though. Over Bengal's face will be my most recent video, and over Healy's face will be what YouTube recommends you watch. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video on this channel, whenever that is. Bye.